Hello there, hi. I'm just hoping that you can hear me, because if you can't, this is all pointless. But let me just check on here if you're coming on, if I'm coming on. Let's see. Okay. Let me just check. Yeah, I'm there. Okay. Okay, we're there. So I thought it'd be quite a nice idea to come on. I don't know whether you do, but it's interested me anyway, because obviously that's my passion. But I was really interested to see what kind of fitness regime would the Queen have done, because we're celebrating Platinum Jubilee here in the UK, and that is starting on Bank Holiday tomorrow and all over the weekend. So I thought it would really a nice idea to see what happens in the 1950s and what type of exercise that people started to do then. And really the ones that were doing, people used to probably dress a little bit more like that with the fitness gear than what I am doing now. Let's leave that there, it's impressive. And yeah, they didn't really have very much variation on the sportswear and things like that. So if you think about it, Nike didn't actually start their business till 24th of January 1964. So I don't know where they were shopping before, but I mean, where would they have shopped without Nike? I mean, this is the thing. Where would they have gone? So there wouldn't really be a lot about it. So in the 1950s, calisthenics was the thing, which is a little bit like today's Pilates. So you were working with your body weight on most of the things, and they were really quite, when I look back, really quite amusing. And I do remember, you know, I am not born in 50s, that's for sure at the moment, but who knows, who cares anyway. But I do remember seeing some things on the television when I was a young girl, and actually my mother always wanted me to go to yoga, and I wouldn't. I was too intimidated. I was too intimidated to do any exercise classes when I was a 7, 8-year-old. You know, it wasn't until I got over that and I was up to around 10, 11. I started, 8 or 9, I'd go dancing, ballroom dancing, Latins, and get medals for that. But it wasn't until later, much later, that I discovered yoga. And but yeah, I mean, my fitness journey started as a dancing in my youth, and then from that I moved on to marching jazz bands, where we'd go all over the country in the UK and Wales, and see the country and do a lot of exercise with the marching jazz band. And then it developed as I got older and started to go a little bit into calisthenics. I find that really difficult to say. More into calisthenics then as I got a little bit older, and that was a little bit popular. And from there then I found the gym where the weights were, and that's where I found the biggest change in my physique could be made. And then much later I went into the yoga situation as well, which I love yoga, and I find it essential for rebalancing the body, the muscles, your energy too in the body. So things like the hula hoop was one of the main pieces of kit in the 1950s. I might look at the hula hoop workout for you tomorrow. Let's just see. So I was always doing the hula hoop wrong. Watch me get it wrong now, because I thought you stood like that, and it took me, and I never got the hula hoop for years until I realized that one leg's in front, one's back, and you don't have to go mad at it. You just have to get a rhythmic motion. The more relaxed you are, the better you are on the hula hoop. And they used to do lots and lots of classes with the hula hoop at that time. Another thing that they used to get into was the good old broom handle. And I will be doing a little bit of a broom handle workout as well tomorrow. So if you've got one of these in the cupboard, grab it out and we will do some broom work. Today, though, I'm going to do a very typical 1950s workout with around the same amount of education that would be given for that type of exercise routine. And it's very simple. So if you want to join me, up you get. Now, it's unfortunate because of the Facebook rights of the music, I can't put on any vintage music, but it would have been really quite nice to do that. So you're not going to warm up because they didn't do those type of things because actually the exercise wasn't that vigorous anyway. So we're going to stand up on your feet. Now, this type of exercise, it was produced by a chap in America called Jack LaLanne, and he was very big at the time apparently, and he created a session called trimnastics or slimnastics. There were different ones all based around that, which is really quite interesting because today we can't actually use those words in our marketing. If you can see, like Slimming World, I think they changed their name, and you know, Weight Watchers have changed theirs, and you know, so it's we wouldn't be using those type of names these days. So we're going to stand on, hands on hips, okay? And we're going to lift up your right leg to start, okay? You're going to mirror me, all right? So we're starting off, hands on hips, lift your right leg up. We're going to knee up, 1 and 2. And this is exactly how they did it. And 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, no motivation whatsoever, no instruction more than that, and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and change. We're going and 1 and 2, other side, and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Pull your tummy muscles in. See, I can't help but do today's sort of cueing, which is very different. We're going to do, and you wouldn't do, and we're going to do 4 more, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, hands on hips, and we're going to go out to the side. We're going to go and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5. See what you think. I mean, actually, a lot of the research I've been doing on magazine articles and things like that have been really decent, basic. And I think we've steered away from basic over time. Let's change the other way. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, 11 and 12. I've actually taken you a lot more because they'd have probably done just 4 and then 4 again. So from there, we're going to go heels together and toe lifts onto your toes, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right as you can, up, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Let's do 8 again, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And they did it this quick, and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So we're going feet together now. We're going to go out to the side. We go and 1 and 2 and 3. And the hands never moved from here when you were doing anything else. It just stayed on, like you can't do 2 things at once. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And change the other side. And 1 and 2. Do you like my head where I haven't got anything better than this? 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And take it behind. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. We'll just do 8 and 7 and 8 and change the other way. And they wouldn't change direction either on the screen. You've got to just face the one way so you can't see what I'm doing really. And 4, just like that. And 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, so now we're going on upper body. So we're going to push the hands together really hard and release. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. This is to work the bust, ladies, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Let's go again. And 8, and 9, 10, and 11, and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't think actually they could count over 6, over 8, because they just seem to go into 4s to 8s. Okay, from there, we then are going to go up above. Oh no, we've got a hand clench now, because that's really important. So arms out in front, clench 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you seeing this? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Okay, now he gets out and in with the arms, in and out, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the next one, watch this, because I thought it might be useful to do mouth exercises. Okay, so we go on to this one. We go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 more. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now you go lips side to side. 8. I'm only doing what they've told me to do. So now we're going to lie down on the mat, lying leg lifts. Don't forget to put something in the comments if you're watching, and you have to accept StreamYard so you can comment. It's not dangerous. There's nothing wrong with StreamYard. So now we're going to lift our legs up. We go and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Let's go the other one. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now watch this sit up. I don't know what's going on here, but we go and look for your feet. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. There's nothing really bad about it. You just probably would get fed up of your head just looking towards your feet. And if you did a lot of them, you'd probably put your neck under a lot of strain, because they're not telling you to come from the abdominals. They're just saying lift up and look at your, so there'd be more neck movement than actual abdominal work in that one. So from there, we need to come back up on the feet, and we've got the bicep curl. So we go and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8. Let's go again. And 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And then we go windmill arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Don't know why I'm trying to speak in a posh voice, because I think they did back then a lot more Queen's English. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And bring it forward, nothing like Queen's English, girl. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Let's change the other way. 8, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And we'll leave it there. Okay, so that's just a little snippet of what we would have done in the 1950s, along with the good old hula hoop. Who doesn't love a hula hoop? Apparently families were getting involved in using the hula hoop, so it was a really good piece of tool, and this is one of the first ones, can you believe it, for people to use. And it was fun at first, and then they caught on that it could actually have some core benefits, which it does. Now, have another go, because I can get quite addicted to that. I quite love it. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And there you go, starting to get into it again. And have a lovely afternoon. Have a fabulous Platinum Jubilee. Yay! We should have sang God Saves the Queen at the end, really.